What was keeping the Steelers from getting T.J. Watt done before the Browns did?
Right.
That's their fault. That's not Cleveland's fault. They could have paid him this offseason, made him the highest paid dude, and then Miles could have.
I would assume he's talking about just the gap between 2 and 1 at the time. I think number 2 is 35, and then we'll just give you a 41.
You know what? No, you're not wrong, and neither is Ray from that standpoint. And I read it, and yes, that is exactly his argument. But if you had given T.J. Watt $38 million, you wouldn't have to pay him $45 million. If they had done it first, if they had got the contract with TJ done, they would not have to pay him as much as they're going to wind up having to pay him.
Yeah, the Myles Garrett contract dictated what the market was going to be.
Yeah, but it could have been the TJ Watt contract that would have dictated the market.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. Well, nothing makes sense to me here because what are we talking about? If you're going to give TJ Watt, say, 37, happy medium, who the heck cares? Give him $3 more million. We're talking about who here?
Well,
a four-string defensive back salary?
And that's what's going to happen.
Who cares?
That's what's going to happen. They're going to make him the highest paid defensive player in football, don't you think?
If not, it's going to be darn. I know. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what he wants. If it's a buck more, it's a buck more, not a dime less, right? As the great Jim Calhoun said. Yeah, he just wants to be the high. The problem is
Jim Calhoun was such an ass.
Oh, it was great though. I love those guys.
Those old Big East coaches, yeah. Anyhow.
Yeah, you got me off my train of thought. But what happens when Micah comes down the road here?
They'll have to deal with that.
I'm telling you, if I was T.J. Watt's agent, and I guess it's, I don't even know who it is.
I don't know who it is either.
I'm on it.
Whatever. It's Tom Condon maybe. Well, what I would say is I'd have
Tom Condon.
I'd have a clause written into my contract that says I have to be the highest paid outside linebacker or defensive player for the calendar year of 2025. So if Micah gets paid $40 million in one, all of a sudden I get up to $40 million in two.
Do you think that's what the hang-up is? What do you think? What's going on here? I mean, TJ threw up the Instagram.
I think the hang-up is they want to see what Aaron Rodgers is going to get.
Yep.
And whatever's left, they might say, okay, TJ, this is what it doesn't make any sense to me of that because they can manipulate contracts how it is. I think it's just maybe he's upset, and I'm just purely speculating, that they put the 41-year-old quarterback who's never been on the team ahead of him on the to-do list rather than him, which in sense it makes sense because you don't really need TJ done until September, but you can't tell TJ that, right? He wants his money now.
For sure.
So I can see why TJ's upset. Whoa, you're bowing over to this guy,
right?
And you won't give me $40 million? What's going on here?
And they gave DK Metcalf $150 million.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Doran brought that up last week, and it makes a ton of sense to me. And it also doesn't. Like the emotional part of it, I get. 41-year-old quarterback, he's never played for the black and gold. I'm one of the greatest defensive players in the history of this team, and the owner came out and said he wants me to be a one-helmet guy. Get it done. The part that doesn't make sense is I don't see how the two need to be connected. Like your salary cap ain't going to move this year with Watt's deal, I wouldn't think. Like it wouldn't kick in until next year.
I think it's more principle.
Yeah.
It could be. Yeah,
it's more principle.
Probably is.
It's more, he's more of a priority than me. I don't think it's like financially that there's like a difference where they have to wait to see how much money they have left over for TJ. I think it's more of the order of business being done.
But
and TJ's like, what are we doing?
The Steelers would never say this, but the fans are out there saying that right now. But would you ever win, TJ? Why should we put you on top of the list when, we can just lose without you as well?
See, that's part of it.
I don't
for
believe
me.
that, but
we see what it looks like when he's not 100%, let alone not playing. I mean, he got hurt down the stretch last year, wasn't himself, and the defense was horrendous.
It's not TJ's fault. They weren't winning.
That's what I'm saying, too. Like, and when they don't have him, they lose. But the reason I would move on from him is because of what you could potentially get in a return. You think it would only be a second-round pick.
I don't think it's much at all. I don't. You're talking a guy, will be 31, a guy that then you have to turn around and give $160 million to?
Okay, but then from that standpoint,
I just don't think there's a lot of market out there that somebody wants a 31-year-old for $160 million and he's going to give you multiple
Then
picks.
why would the Steelers pay it?
Why would this? No, well,
If no one else wants the guy,
if his worth isn't that much,
yeah, then why pay him $40 million?
why would the
a
Steelers
season?
do it? Right.
Exactly.
well, because the Steelers are giving them money, but
They don't.
the other team would have to give them a pick. And we're talking about picks here, right?
What if you're close? Like, I'd be stunned if they're not going to move him. But if they did, I'd be shocked if they wouldn't get at least a first-round pick for a guy that you can pencil in basically 15 sacks a season.
I don't know. I just don't see that the teams. I mean, look at Metcalf. I mean, I know it's a little different. I mean, people thought that they overpaid with a second-round pick to get Metcalf.
They gave it up, and then they paid him $150 million.
Well, what I'm saying is a second-round pick, maybe. I don't. If you're thinking a 1, a 2, and a 3 next year or something like that, you're absolutely kidding yourself here.
He wanted to go harsher, but he knew that I
did.
disagreed. Yeah.
Yep.
What was it?
Or probably more that you would disagree, and you could beat him to a pulp.
Yep.
I think I could take you, Mark.
Just kick me in the shin.
That's right.